welcome to another action-packed episode of Big Punch Classic.
Is it going to be action-packed?
Oh, Rev,
How are you going to tell?
I was building up to something. I was going to...
sorry.
Be like a...
Go on, I've ruined it.
Well, no, it wasn't... Okay. I'm John.
Oh, I'm sorry. You look disappointed.
Yeah, it's a good thing it's a podcast.
How was it action-packed? I'm Chris. Hello.
We're here. You're a nightmare.
That was a really professional intro, I thought.
We were just congratulating ourselves on our professionalness. Look at me, I can't even speak. We were congratulating ourselves on doing it exactly 2 weeks after the last one.
Yes, that's true.
Then you had to ruin it.
I'm sorry about that.
Anyway, how the devil are you?
All right, we've just been talking that I've been going to the osteopath.
Yes.
After complaining last time of our various aches and pains.
Yeah.
I decided to do something about it. And I'm suffering the consequences today.
Yes, I think your words were dizzy and nauseous.
Yes, those are the two words I'm feeling today.
Which is, I often
as
think...
well as the back pain.
I often think that dizziness and nausea are kind of synonymous with feeling great.
Yeah, that's what you want after shelling out £40 for a private osteopath.
Well, how... is there an end game? Will they ever say you're cured?
Well, I hope so. That's the hope. Obviously, there is no miracle cure. I was sort of hoping he'd just go... and that would be it.
Yeah.
But it's not happening.
I think that's quite a danger. That's a bit of a danger, isn't it? You can end up at a point where you feel good because you're seeing the osteopath. And I guess it's in the osteopath's interest to keep you...
I suppose so, yeah.
Going to see him.
You do wonder.
You might just have to make a decision at some point saying, I'm good enough. Like it's never
That'll do, yeah.
It's never going to get
better.
I'll
see how I feel next, because it says 24 to 48 hours, you might feel a bit dodgy. I feel all right. I just feel a bit woozy, I suppose.
Yeah, I've been there because I've had it. I've been to an osteopath in the past, and it's odd. Like they do. There's one form you can get because I used to get like it's probably connected to the problems I'm having now. But I used to get like a very bad neck. I think it was like bad posture.
Yeah,
like I'd kind of like lean over a little laptop, and I used to wake up sometimes just like really dizzy and kind of out of it because I'd done something to my neck, and I felt like all my skin was like pins and needles.
That's what they say.
Or it could have been my crack addiction. I don't
know. It's 50-50 which one of those it was, to be
swings
fair.
and roundabouts.
Yeah.
But they do a thing like it's like a gentle head massage.
And sounds delightful.
The idea is that they're kind of like...
You can get them from the pound shop now.
What,
those things with the wires on them.
Oh,
they look like a beehive.
Oh yeah, like a self head massage.
Self-help books.
Yeah. Anyway, long story short, they kind of wobble your head a bit, and then I imagine the principle is that it gets all the blood moving again, and then
that's the thing. Yeah,
you're suddenly all dizzy, you don't know what to do with yourself.
Well, I had all the massage stuff, and I had my back cracked and my neck cracked.
Oh,
and that's happened twice to me in a week. So no wonder I'm feeling a bit out of it.
You're addicted.
Well, I suppose I feel better overall. Still got a few little bits and bobs that aren't quite right, and the wooziness. But apart from that, I feel okay.
Because we were both pretty sore last time we spoke.
Very much so.
I think right now, sitting here, I'm definitely better than I was 2 weeks ago.
That's the main thing.
But like I say, this weekend I was really sore.
Were you?
Well,
you're on your feet this weekend, John.
Yeah, it wasn't even that. It was well, again, it's my own fault. But Friday, I spent a lot of time moving boxes around. You would have seen it. We had a great big pile of boxes in the kitchen downstairs.
I do. I recall.
Because we did a new order of a book, and Friday I was like, I had to sort them out, and because a couple were misprinted, and then I had to take some to our storage place, and
back and forth.
Yeah, I mean Lucy was helping because she's fiendishly strong,
surprisingly strong.
Yes, for a size, and but I'm really feeling it on Saturday morning.
Yeah, I bet. Well, I made the wise decision in between my two osteopath appointments to go on a 10-hour round coach journey on the National Express and sleep on a student floor for 2 nights.
Coaches are known for being comfy.
Well, of course, yes. They're renowned for it. So are floors, without anything underneath me.
And which student were you seeing?
The Holtface.
Holtface.
As we kindly refer to him.
Yeah,
the guy who was sitting on this very sofa not a month ago. Maybe a bit over a month ago.
The elusive
he does exist.
Third presenter.
I went to see my imaginary friend in Leeds.
Yeah. I think it's just a computer program.
It's a piece of software. He's part of a matrix.
Yeah, we just got some pre-programmed messages from him.
That'll be good, yeah. We just have to react around it.
The thing I used to hate about coach journeys was, oddly enough, the smell. And not just the smell of
there are some interesting individuals.
Well, yeah, not just that. Like, not just the stink of human proximity. I mean, like, I hated the smell of like the fabric on the seats.
They're leather now.
Oh, that's better.
National Express.
Leather.
Well, I get the National Express quite a lot because I go to football
Mm-hmm.
a lot, and that's what I was going actually up north for this time. So I'm sort of used to it, I suppose.
You let the sweat kind of collect.
Ah, well, it's in there anyway. You got to either accept it or try and fight it, and you won't win.
It's not really I don't know. I remember a good few years ago now. It wasn't long after Lucy and I first started going out, but
Nice.
we had a day trip to London. Oh, God, I remember that journey back on the coach. It's just one of the most hellish experiences of my life. We couldn't sit next to each other. It was so busy.
Oh yeah, I've had that. Me and Liz had the same problem.
The aircon was broken.
Yeah.
It was middle of summer. We were just sweltering. My hay fever was killing me.
Yeah.
And there was a baby crying
Ugh.
the whole way home.
Children lower than a certain age should not be allowed on public transport.
I don't think it should be allowed out of the house.
Well, you know,
Yeah, my words.
you've taken it a step further. I stand by those words.
How is your niece?
Not allowed on public transport. Which one?
The super young one.
The super young one is, yeah, she's fine. I haven't seen her for pretty much 2/3 of her life now.
How old is she? Can you reveal that on the podcast?
Yeah, I suppose so. That she's just over 8 weeks. Wow. Yeah, she is. She's smiling now. God bless her.
I spoke to a gentleman whose company I always enjoy at the show at the weekend, and he was the father of a 10-day-old
Goodness.
baby.
What was he doing there? What was he doing to True Believers?
Immediately slacking off and going
So
to the
long.
Comic-Con. No, it's odd in a way. Like a lot of people we know have suddenly just had babies, or have suddenly
We're
not
at that
suddenly,
age, John.
not suddenly
Surprise babies.
I imagine
Oh
that-
my God.
I imagine there's a
Didn't even
certain
know.
lead up and process and cause
Roughly
and
9
effect.
months, I believe,
Yeah.
is the lead up.
But no, a lot of people have gotten married and a lot of people have had babies, and
With that
everyone's
age, John. With that age now.
old.
Old,
is
officially,
what
back
you mean,
problems, marriage, babies. That's all we've got to look forward to.
Thing is, like, we don't want to be a crack record because back problems was a pretty fundamental part of the previous
Yes,
episode.
I feel like there's a theme emerging in our podcast.
I'll tell you what. How about this as a discussion point? Have you heard? I bet you have.
Probably.
Of this new fad of fasting.
Which one?
And I don't mean kind of like prolonged fasting or kind of fasting for kind of religious purposes. I mean this idea of like a weekly fast.
I've heard of like sort of detoxes and things like that.
Yeah, it's kind of
What
like...
do you mean? Do you mean literally not eating anything
Yeah.
for a week
Well, no.
or certain times of day?
But you wouldn't die because...
When your organs start eating themselves,
Yeah, well, that's
something worse
that's
to that
weight loss,
effect.
my friend. That's
that's
how you do it.
science.
But no, it was like 3 days without water, 3 weeks without food. That's how long you could survive.
Is that? Oh, I thought you meant that was the fast.
Yeah, no, that'd be pretty...
That'd be extreme.
It's like the Atkins or something.
14 stone in one day. Here she comes now.
Signing is great on
It's
a
an audio-visual
podcast,
experience. If you've ever watched Peter Kay, you know what I'm doing.
But what is it like? You know,
What is this
the
fasting
logic
thing you're talking
goes,
about? This one.
and I think a few
Enlighten me.
years ago, the BBC did like a Horizon on it, so you know it's
Oh, you know it's a thing.
you know it's legit.
If it's on Horizon, you know it's a thing.
I believe the idea is 1 day a week you're allowed breakfast, but it's like a very calorie controlled breakfast. Like it's a certain, it's like
Half a slice of lemon.
yeah, it's like you get to like lick a Rivita or something, and then you're done.
You get to smell one from a distance of 3 meters.
I had half a cracker
Someone's-
bread last week. I don't.
Someone's
need
standing there with a fan, and you get to smell it.
You get to rub a boiled ham on your cheek.
Yeah.
But I believe the
Sounds
idea
good.
is you have breakfast, and it's a certain generally Friday. People do it on a Friday.
It's a fruit.
Well, I think this guy he had like he did have some ham, like some sliced ham and a bit of bread.
But it was lean ham.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the idea is you don't eat then for the rest of the day. And the logic behind this, I think, as with a lot of diets, it's very hard to say definitively that it works or not. But the logic is that our kind of digestive systems kind of evolved when we were like a paleo society. So
Sure.
we were kind of hunters and gatherers. We ate a load of different things, and we didn't really always have a ready supply of food. So the logic is that by going 1 day a week without eating, or having like a very
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
you actually I guess they claim it's healthy and that it
Sounds unhealthy.
well apparently you do see weight loss.
I'm sure you do.
I'm sure you do
Not
see-
eating will probably do that.
No, it probably works. It's funny that, isn't it? But a lot of people are also claiming, again, unfounded, but claiming that they feel brighter, they feel full of vim and vigor.
Not literally.
Yeah, no,
They're full of nothing.
no, they're empty.
Because they're not
in fact.
eating.
Mostly air. Nitrogen,
exactly,
in fact.
yeah.
But the idea is that they
I've got another word as well.
They feel keep it clean. They feel great because of it,
Sure.
and
They had a massive steak the night before.
yeah, or
That's the thing. If you eat a big meal on, say, a Thursday,
yeah.
if I went to a carvery on a Thursday, I'd find it much easier to not eat anything on a Friday.
Well, yeah, it's funny that, isn't it? Big
So,
old
you
meal.
know.
Yeah. But I think
That's cheating.
there's a certain amount of logic to it because when you eat a big meal,
Your stomach expands.
Well, indeed, and additional blood goes to your digestive system to provide the energy needed to allow it to digest.
I understand.
Which is why we feel a bit sluggish after we eat a big meal. So the ration.
Christmas Day's a nightmare. All the blood's in my stomach,
So I think
along with the turkey.
the idea is that if you go for a little bit of time hungry, then you kind of you got more blood going around your head. This is the logic. So
Friday feeling.
yeah, so you're feeling a bit more kind of energetic. The other idea is by having 1 day a week without a constant supply of food, you are breaking down a bit of fat in your body. It's good for the liver, apparently. I'm going to say apparently a lot because
Yeah, well, we don't know these.
some thinking suggests
what
that it
they're
is a
saying.
good idea. And also, I guess they're kind of saying we live in a society where we have a lot of food, like
we
constantly.
do.
We're never
We have a
shy
ready
of
supply.
food. I know, like, if I'm bored, I will eat.
Sure.
In fact,
I haven't actually eaten today.
and how are you feeling?
Terrible.
Oh my god, shattered.
Woozy, but that might be to do with my back problems. Anyway,
But
that's true. Actually, I haven't eaten today.
Yeah. Well, and
Not because I heard about this fasting thing.
well, they claim that by not having, because we always eat, they say we probably eat more than we need to. And the idea is that you can train yourself.
I'm sure that's
you
true.
can train yourself to not feel as hungry. Anyway, the reason I bring it up is that I'd heard of that.
I'm starving.
I'm famished.
Yeah.
But like 1 day a week, people are doing this. But it's become a bit of a craze in kind of like these new age modern companies, like very high tech companies in America.
Oh yes.
I'm going to say
They encourage it.
I'm going to say Silicon Valley, but that's going to make me sound like an old man because it's probably not called that anymore. Silicon Hill,
Uncanny Valley.
Nitrogen Valley. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it could be called anything.
Uncanny. Oh, that's a good
one, isn't it?
Callback.
That's a
Yeah,
good- that's
Uncanny
good.
Valley. Nice work. But they're saying it's not. And so there was an interview with some of the people working at one of these companies. They're probably called like Tech Buzz or
That's your idea of a hipster company.
Tech Tower.
I can imagine hipsters doing it.
Everyone sits on a beanbag or
Yeah. I can imagine exactly what that person would look like.
So they were talking to people, and the idea, but the people at this and the company did not enforce it, so they wouldn't force you to do it, but it was highly encouraged.
Sure.
And everyone in the
You will be fired if you
and
don't
everyone
do
in
it.
the company supported each other in doing it. And when they were speaking to these people, like one guy was saying, like, well, you know, I'm relatively new to it. At the moment, I fast for maybe 1 day a week. That's all I can manage, and it's probably not even a true 24 hours when you break it down. Then we talked to another guy who was like, "Yeah, I'm a 55-hour
That's insane.
faster."
That's ridiculous. I can't imagine that being healthy. Honestly.
Well, this is the thing. Like, we won't know until 10 years' time when we can
When they all
actually
fall over.
assess for long-term damage.
I will not be participating.
I think they're probably. I'd say they're probably going to be inching more towards healthy than unhealthy. But I think you've got to stop at some point. You can't fast for like.
There's a show on Channel 4 at the moment called Lose Weight Well, which I haven't been watching.
Okay.
But it is. I wouldn't imagine that's on there.
I don't know. They were kind of pushing it for a while. The problem with diets like that is that they, I don't know, they tend to get very highly publicized before they're actually proven. One way or
Well,
another.
yeah, that's the problem. Well, there's been lots of diets over the years that celebrities endorse. Atkins diet,
You get those superfoods, don't you?
superfoods.
What's the
Marks and Spencer's do superfood salads and things. Superfood curry. That's actually quite nice.
At the end of the day, like, it's still the same amount of food going into your
What if it's a superfood?
stomach. Surely that's worse then, because you're getting so much more
I don't
energy.
know what makes it a superfood or what indeed a superfood would do to you.
I should know.
Makes you radioactive or something.
I should know more of this because I'm technically a biologist, but
In theory.
food science was always one of my weak points. And for example, like, I don't know, I can't do calories. I don't know I don't know what's good or not. 10 million, 100, I don't know. What are you supposed to have in a day? I don't know.
Well, less than 10 million.
Probably.
It's probably about 1,000.
Yeah.
I'm shrugging my shoulders.
We're shrugging. Listeners.
I don't know. Is the honest answer. I eat what I want. Frankly,
I do what I like.
I've got a freezer full of chicken nuggets at home with my name on them.
You're going to eat them later.
Might do. I bought them last night.
And you haven't eaten today.
No, I won't eat them all.
But is your mental acuity higher? Do you
No,
feel sharp and focused?
I wouldn't say so.
No. I'm very drunk.
But I've been on the pub all day. I didn't say I didn't drink anything, but no, I will. No, I feel fine apart from my earlier complaints. But I don't know how that relates to my not eating or otherwise.
Someone at work
Oh yes,
had deposited a gingerbread house
glad you said gingerbread house.
in the kitchen.
That sounds delicious.
With a sign.
Did it last very long?
With a sign saying "Eat me."
Oh really?
Yeah, as in like, please eat me.
That's suspicious. That sounds like an experiment.
I ate some of it.
Was it delicious?
I kept going back.
Yeah.
I feel at one point in
The roof was missing after a while.
the roof was on fire.
Yeah.
I feel at one point it was delicious.
You got
I also suspect.
gluttony.
I also suspect that it may have been sitting on someone's shelf for a few months.
Was it quite difficult to chew?
The icing was one of the toughest things I've ever bitten through in my
Are
life.
you sure it was a gingerbread house?
I may have eaten a Fisher Price.
Was it an actual yes Playmobil?
The Early Learning Centre.
Yeah.
Because I'm a bit of a sucker for bready things.
Sure.
Yeah, and also icing. If you want to make me happy.
I, if I'm eating a cake,
Yes.
prefer the bit without icing.
Do you really?
There you go. That's interesting, isn't it? Write that down. I've got nowhere to go with
Take
that.
note.
It's just an interesting fact about me that you might not already know.
If you want to make me very happy, I'm sure you do.
Oh, always.
Get me the cheapest.
Cheapest, filthiest icing.
Yeah, like I'm nodding. Every birthday, everyone gets me just like it'll be like the Tesco's clown cake.
Oh yeah,
I just love it, like a kind of white sponge with that thick, nasty white icing,
centimetre thick white icing.
Oh, it's so good.
Probably made of marshmallows.
Oh, it's just fantastic. I'm such a sucker for it.
Yeah.
So when I see gingerbread with icing on it,
That's talking to you.
yeah. Even if I've never had to. Actually, come to think of it, I don't think I've ever had to do a double bite on something to get through it.
The first bite wasn't enough.
Bear in mind, like, okay, so you got like this slightly wooden gingerbread, which is still edible, you know, but it was more kind of structural.
Or is it slightly gingerbready wood?
We'll never know.
You know,
I was eating a slab of chipboard or something, and dried paint.
Who made my children's science project?
I snap a bit off. I bite it. You know, I'll go straight for the molars, where the power is.
Sure.
So I bite. There's like a kind of tearing action. So it's in my mouth.
And it's my tooth has fallen out.
I was worried for a minute. Like, it's in my mouth, and I go to crush it, and I'm getting some resistance. And I tell you, I go to full bite. Like, I've gone all the way down, and that thing still hasn't shattered. And I'm like, it's kind of hurt. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh dear.
I'm gonna have to
work at this.
have to take a moment, pause,
Get some incisors in there.
go back in. Yeah, I kept going back though.
Well, you know, why wouldn't you? It's already stale by the sound of it. You might as well keep going. It's not getting any harder.
It's gonna get worse before it gets better. We have like these two kind of charity sweet boxes at work. It's like an honesty system. So put £1 in, get a bag of sweeties.
Bag of 10p mix.
They're better than that actually. It's like a bag of jelly
fine.
babies.
Oh, nice.
Bag of wine gums.
Nice.
Kind of
That's
own
all right.
brand.
Oh yeah.
Jelly-
Tesco store bought.
Jelly children. What's it called? Gelatinous children.
Yeah.
TM.
Straight. Yeah.
It's like other weekend I ate a coloured coloured chocolate disc cookie.
Sure, of course you did.
Definitely not a Smarties
Not
cookie.
absolutely out of the question.
Definitely not a Smarties cookie.
Out of the question.
I
Well,
also-
the best charity-related treat I've ever seen is a cake baked by one Richard Holton. Still one of my favourite photos of all time
Oh my
is
God.
the cake sitting on the desk with a sign with a teddy bear next to it saying £1 a slice.
You may need some context
The
here. 'cause
cake.
I
We should
think-
put this. We should put this as the cover or the image when we promote this podcast.
I think I've seen it, but
So the cake looks like it's trying to weep out of its own icing. It's brilliant. I still can't get enough of it. And I remember him baking it, and it all going horribly wrong. So he covered it in chocolate,
why did he bake
and it
it?
exploded in on itself. It imploded actually
Why did he bake a cake?
because they all had to bake a cake. Him and his work colleagues
Oh right,
each week for charity,
Okay.
and it was his turn.
Mhm.
And shockingly, it all went horribly wrong. Oh, it was brilliant. I can't look at the photo and not laugh.
I do remember at university
Hmm.
we once tried to have a cake evening.
A bake off, if you will.
Yeah, because the house that we lived in, there was also a house with some girls we'd known since the first year, and we were friends with them. So they came over, alcohol and cake and whatnot.
Oh, they had a good combination.
And one of the girls had tried making a trifle,
Nice.
I want to say.
There's no baking involved in a trifle.
No.
Apart from there's ladyfingers.
But also custard.
Yeah.
So-
Custard's easy.
But mine is, what do you mean, like instant custard? Or
Yeah, did she make her own custard?
She tried to make her own custard.
Did she fail to make her own
She had
custard?
somehow, don't know how this is possible.
Has it got eggs in it? Custard.
Yes.
Yeah, egg yolks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She had somehow burnt the custard.
That's improbable.
Either that or she dropped a cigarette into it.
No, that's disgusting.
Because
Oh,
when
that
you
is
ate,
rank.
it was like you'd eat the custard. Because I tried it. And it was like, you think, oh, okay, definitely tastes like custard. And it feels like custard. It's got a good texture and everything. And then suddenly, just smoke.
Really? Ugh.
Like I've just smoked a cigar.
Ugh.
That's incredible bursts of smoke.
That sounds rank.
So I'm going to assume it was burnt.
Yeah.
And was not. Although I don't understand, how do you cook? Is there cooking involved in custard?
Well, you boil it,
Oh, there you go. That must be it then.
but it'd be incredibly hard to burn it to that extent.
Yeah.
You pretty much got to not be looking at it for about an hour.
It didn't look black though. It's not like it had charred.
That's suspicious.
No.
That is suspicious.
We
That sounds disgusting.
fake custard, like custard powder.
Fake news.
Custard powder?
Yeah, I know it.
That ain't custard.
I believe you.
Do you know what it is?
It's custard flavoured blancmange.
It's corn flour
Oh, yes.
and vanilla flavouring. Oh, and yellow food colouring.
That's fine. I'd eat that.
You ever done that? It's
I
like-
have probably eaten that.
We used to do it as a science experiment. It is if you mix corn flour and water in a very kind of concentrated little paste, it is a non-Newtonian fluid.
Sure.
The idea being that normally, I'm going to get this wrong now, when you apply energy to a regular fluid, it gets more fluid.
I see. Yes,
The idea
I
being
understand.
you could melt treacle and then it's suddenly like super runny, then it would congeal.
Yeah.
Non-Newtonian fluids act the other way.
Right.
So if you add energy to them, they become thicker.
I see.
So I think I've got that right. So I want to say
That'll do.
it's one or the other anyway. And I want to say
We can always reverse
is-
it in the edit.
Yeah, we'll fix it in post.
Yeah.
A rheostatic fluid, I think. So the idea is, and we used to do it. You can walk, and they have done They have done it large scale. If you filled a swimming pool with a mixture of corn flour and water,
Yeah.
if you stood on it,
You could walk on it.
you sink.
Oh,
But if you ran across it,
you'd be all right.
yeah, because the impact
Yeah.
of your foot hitting it causes it to solidify,
Oh.
and it's really beautiful to look at.
Because
if you-
I assume there's videos out there of
Oh
this
yeah, no, it's
actually
really cool.
happening.
You should.
I might
Google
look
it,
that
yeah.
up.
Have a beer, watch it.
I might do
Hypnotic,
that.
yeah. It's like we used to do it in a little beaker where if you stir it, you keep stirring, and within like a couple of seconds, it goes solid.
Yeah.
Like it's just
But if you stop doing
rock
it,
up. I mean, you stop and it just goes
yeah,
bloop and turns back into a liquid.
there you go. That's good.
It's hypnotic.
Isn't science good?
Science is amazing.
Is that how they make lava lamps?
I don't know actually.
Should look that up.
We should look that up. I just got a lava lamp.
Well, I bought one for Liz for Christmas.
Mm.
It's by her television now.
Oh,
It's a very appreciated gift. as far as I know.
I thought you were going to say, like, it's in the cupboard under the stairs.
Yeah,
and
that would be offensive.
She's going to use it soon.
All the
I'm
things
sure.
I bought are on prime display because I go around there all the time. She probably gets them out of the cupboard whenever I go around. You're like, oh, look, I appreciate all the gifts you got me.
What colour is it?
It's pink and purple.
They are cool, actually.
When you start looking at them, you can't really stop.
Yeah.
Which is a problem.
That's an
I used to own one.
Yeah. There was a urban myth going around that if something went wrong with your lava lamp, I don't know, maybe like the oils didn't work properly.
Sure.
There was a myth going around that if you put it on the hob and heated it...
That sounds dangerous.
Well, yeah.
Did idiots fall for it?
It basically, it just blows up.
Yeah.
It just becomes a bomb.
Yeah.
Please be very careful with...
I would have predicted that's exactly what would happen if you put a lava lamp on the hob.
It's funny that, isn't it? Yeah.
It's almost like I don't believe everything I'm told. Almost.
I don't know what happened to my lava lamp. I remember, because
I don't know what happened to most of my things I had when I was younger.
Yeah.
I used to have a Megazord.
You did. I was so jealous of that Megazord.
And a Tracy Island.
You did.
I was
as
quite
well.
spoiled.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
I
don't know where either of them are
Transformers, I
now.
can't really talk.
I'm more gutted about the Megazord actually.
Yeah, the Megazord would be
I'm
pretty.
more gutted about that.
The Megazord would be pretty awesome.
I would put that up in my house if I had it now.
No, you should.
I would display it, but I don't think I have it. I think it went in the car boot without my authorization.
It was almost fate because now you are a car boot connoisseur.
Enthusiast.
Yeah.
I'm a buyer and a seller.
Wouldn't that be mad?
What, like it would be stuff great novels are made of?
Yeah, you could be at a car
I gave
boot.
the Megazord half an amulet, and now I've got the other half. And then at the car boot we meet, and that's a great ending.
Or the thing would be like having 5 siblings and giving them each one Zord.
Yeah. They're all, that'd be gutting if the actual Zords had been separated from that set. As long as they're probably in some garage or landfill somewhere.
I made them out of Lego. I remember. That was my answer
you?
to answer to a lot of things. I made them out of Lego.
Lego's in.
Lego's never been hotter.
Lego is back.
I know we seem to talk about Power Rangers a lot on this podcast.
And Lego, actually.
But I would pretty much guarantee that there will be Lego Power Rangers.
Oh, I would.
To coincide with a new
I would
movie.
be shocked if there wasn't. Shocked.
Got an invite today to a Comic-Con in Denmark.
Oh, sure.
In actually the town where Lego are based.
Oh, that's very
There's
interesting.
a free table.
Invite to what? Speak?
No, to exhibit.
Oh, very good.
And to have art featured in a... It sounds impressive, but frankly, I think they're just desperate
Yeah,
for people
well,
to go.
yeah, no offence, but...
No.
Yeah.
I guess the problem would be getting to Denmark and...
That's the cost involved,
Yeah,
yeah.
'cause we
A
just
free
did-
table's all well and good, but you got to pay to get to Denmark.
Because Lucy and I just did that in October, and I can't even remember how much we spent on flights.
Yeah.
They were cheaper than you might think.
Copenhagen. Is it
Yeah.
anywhere near Copenhagen?
No.
No, right, forget
But it's
that.
not a massive country.
No, well, Denmark isn't, but it's probably bigger than this country.
Most things are.
Yeah.
Just going back to like lava lamps and stuff, because you just suddenly got me going down memory lane. I remember in my old bedroom in my old family house, which was demolished to make way for the extension.
With all your stuff in it.
Just bricked up. I remember I had that lava lamp, and I remember it now vividly. And I used to have you might remember this, I had a great big inflatable chair.
Yes.
It was
Sounds
green
familiar, yes.
see-through. And I remember, because there wasn't a lot of room in the bedroom, and I don't know why I had an inflatable chair, because it just took up so much space. But
That's the ironic thing.
I remember like late at night once, I was awake, and I reached out, because again, like there wasn't that much room in the bedroom anyway. And I
Open the front door.
open the fridge. I touched the side of the inflatable chair,
And sure, yeah.
and my hand kind of dragged along it. And because
Yeah.
it was plastic, it was staticky, so it was always collecting like dust and stuff. But as I ran my hand along it, you got that kind of staticky crackle.
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean.
And in the dark, it glowed green.
Did it really?
Yeah, it did.
There you go.
I've never...
It's like the worst version of the Northern Lights you've ever seen in your life.
Essentially, yeah.
Nice.
I'd never experienced it before, and I've never experienced it since, but I assume that's a thing that happens.
Sure, well, yeah. We must assume that is the case.
Speaking of the Northern Lights, did you know that the sun is apparently entering a period of inactivity?
Oh.
So
It's going to get a bit cold then.
the northern... No, heat-wise, I think we'll still be okay.
Oh, no, that's
it's
good.
more the kind of like radiation.
So, that's even better.
It is better, yeah. But the downside is it's going to be a little harder to see the northern lights for a while.
Well, that's worse.
They are going to retreat to the North Pole.
Oh,
is my understanding.
Very good. Well, very impressive. I'd like to see the northern lights.
I'd like to see the northern lights as
one
well.
day.
There are southern lights as well.
Oh, there. What colour are they?
The same colour, I think.
Oh, wonderful.
Little factoid for you. Did you know what's another name for the northern lights?
The Aurora Borealis.
We learned that from The Simpsons.
Yeah, that is literally from The Simpsons.
So what do you call the southern ones?
Oh.
It's the Aurora something.
Yeah. No, go on. I'm not going to get it.
Australis.
Well, I wouldn't have got that.
Probably because it's in Australia.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
I
I still wouldn't have got it.
I would imagine. I'm not.
Oh, that makes sense.
Not entirely sure.
Speaking of Australia, I've been watching Neighbours again.
Oh my god.
Yeah, after years and years of not watching Neighbours, I've been watching it again because there's a huge new storyline.
Really?
Based around a returning character.
Oh my god.
Who drowned, inverted commas, 13 years ago.
Is it Howard?
Harold.
Harold, damn it.
Good guess, though. And no, it's not him. But although he did come back from the dead after he was presumed to be dead from drowning. But I don't think he was away for that long. Anyway, she came back. She knocked on Toadie's front door, for those of you who know Neighbours. Toadfish, very good. I remember once me and Holton had to explain Neighbours to you by drawing a diagram.
You drew me a diagram, yeah.
And you still didn't really understand.
It was fantastic, I remember.
Yeah, it was a good diagram.
I remember it vividly.
Anyway, if you don't want to know, switch off now. But
spoiler alert.
You probably don't care. She's an imposter.
What?
She's not the real Dee.
Is she played by the same...
I predicted it.
Is she played by the same actress?
Yeah, which confuses things.
That is confusing.
She's played by the same actress. But yeah, I said I was texting everyone, and they didn't care, but that was fine.
Who is the actress? It's not like...
Her name's Madeline West.
Oh, so it's not like Holly Valance or...
No, that's another... Oh, look at this
knowledge. She was in Neighbours one, wasn't she?
She was in Neighbours, yeah.
What about Natalie Imbruglia? Wasn't
she? Was in Neighbours.
There we go. Yeah.
Most Margot Robbie was in Neighbours.
Famous I didn't know that, actually.
Harley Quinn, yeah.
Old Thor, wasn't he in Home and Away?
Yeah, and then his brother, not Loki, the other one, but the actor's brother, was in Neighbours. Most Australian people have either been in Neighbours or Home and Away.
There's not many options.
Actors, not people.
No.
Anyway, she's fake. It's all. I predicted it. It's all wonderful, and it's all happening on the telly now. For Channel 5.
Did she have some kind of emotional connection to Toadie or something like that? Was that the...
She was his wife. Oh, okay. Yeah, I should have mentioned that.
Yeah, no,
Toadie drove them off a cliff on their wedding day.
Deliberately?
And she was no, not that I know of. He didn't look like he did it deliberately.
He survived.
He survived. She was presumed dead, and I think still is dead. But then the imposter might be her, but not realise that she's her.
Oh, so it's like a double twist.
I don't know. I reckon that might happen.
So it's like Dee's back from the dead and everyone's really happy.
And then 2 weeks later you find out she's an imposter.
But then what you're saying is she might actually be Dee, but with amnesia.
Yeah, but then she's been told she looks like Dee and is pretending to be her to get her inheritance, by the way, that's why. But then it turns out she is her.
Do you remember? I think this is why you drew me a
it's
diagram.
Very convoluted.
Because it's coming back to me now. Was there not a storyline where there were twins?
Yeah, Paul Robinson had twin sons.
Yeah,
played by the same actor.
So give me a sec here, because they were twins.
They were twins.
One was in a coma.
Yeah, and the other one was evil.
And the other one was super evil.
He was like mustache twirly
pantomime evil.
Yeah.
And after like an elaborate series of he's just doing evil thing after evil thing, everyone's onto him.
Yeah.
But the jig is up. Like, if the police are going to arrest him.
Exactly.
So he races to the hospital.
Yeah.
And at that exact moment, his twin brother miraculously wakes up from a coma.
Pretty much.
And goes, I'm alive. This is amazing.
Pretty much.
Gets out of bed saying, like, family, where are you? And then the evil twin jumps into bed and pretends to be in a coma.
Pretty much.
Yeah, and then they arrest...
That's why we had to draw you a diagram.
Now, I believe at the time, I was asking questions like, surely the
practical questions.
Surely the fact that he has muscle atrophy and, has an IV going into him and hasn't been to the toilet.
One
in
of them
like 13
definitely
years
died, but I can't remember which one.
It was... Neighbours is ostensibly set in the real world, isn't it? Like,
yes. Well, Australia.
Okay, maybe.
These things might happen in Australia.
Maybe that's how it is in Australia, like all the time. I don't know.
Maybe it's chaos.
Oh my god.
Anyway, I've been watching Neighbours again, and it's a problem.
So when was that? Because it was very much like, when were you and Holton last really into it? when you drew me a diagram.
Probably the best part of a decade ago.
It would be about a decade ago.
Yeah.
Was it like
probably 8 years ago?
Or like while we were at uni?
Probably while we were at uni. That was probably my Height Neighbours fandom.
That's
Probably about 8 years ago.
I seem to remember them having a lot of hype. Channel 5 had it?
Channel 5 took it on when we were at uni.
Yeah.
And the ratings plunged.
But who had it before?
BBC. It's on BBC One, daytime.
Oh, yes,
and
it was.
tea time.
Didn't they show it like 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock?
Yeah, more or less.
And they'd always repeat.
Channel 5 do it twice a day.
BBC's come a long way in 10 years.
Well, yeah. I think that was a good decision by them to ditch it.
Yeah.
And it used to be that they would get it like 3 months after Australia. And now they get it the same day.
It was so weird.
Which is pretty good.
Because
I don't know how they caught up, actually.
when I was really young, I think my mum watched it.
Oh, it was dead popular in the UK when we were kids.
But was it like,
even with the adults?
But wasn't it like kind of unironically popular? As in, people were like, "This is a good show."
Yeah,
I like it. Yeah.
Oh, there's some things because EastEnders is still fairly popular, I suppose. Probably not on the same scale as it was, but it was as popular as that.
Didn't EastEnders debut in like the year we were born?
85, 86, around
86,
that. Yeah,
yeah.
Around that.
Yeah, it's weird because
But bear in mind, there only used to be 5 channels. So what? 30 million people used to watch EastEnders.
God, we were starved, weren't we?
Can you imagine a world with 5 channels? 4 channels? Because Channel 5 came in what, 96?
I remember the guy coming.
95?
I remember the guy coming to our house to install it.
Nobody could get it originally.
He didn't take his shoes off.
Bastard.
He left mud all over the
Unbelievable.
carpet. Yeah, it was a monster.
That was the legacy of Channel 5, mud on the carpet.
Channel 5 was such an oddity because it was like, guys, we're bringing you a new channel. The world will never be the same again.
There was nothing on it.
And it was awful.
It was, you couldn't get it. I remember one of the classic jokes at the time was, people have been getting fuzzy mess when they try to get Channel 5. But someone would come around to fix it and they'd just say, no, give me the fuzzy mess back. That was a good joke at the time. I remember that one. But yeah, and then there was nothing on it apart from adult programming, inverted commas, on a Friday evening.
We watched clips of Keith Chegwin's Naked Jungle Adventure. Do you remember that?
Vaguely.
I never saw it when it first came out, and it has seemed to be believed, but it was a real thing. It actually happened. I used to really like Channel 5 because they would always show, for the longest time, they showed terrible action movies at like 9 p.m. every day. I would watch a lot of those instead of being out partying as a teenager. It's my sad life. And
in your inflatable electric chair,
rocking in my staring at the lava lamp, eating cake. But then they got like all the CSI programs, and I was addicted to them.
Yeah, I don't remember really what Channel 5 had at all. They got Big Brother now as well. They've got all the stuff that was popular, basically.
They got all the rejects, haven't they? Like, there's nothing really.
Yeah, pretty much.
They used to show a lot of American dramas.
Yeah,
which I got into.
It was stuff. It was repeats of things. It was. I suppose it's always just picked up the scraps that the other channels don't want.
And then, like, Sky and Freeview came along, and suddenly Channel 5 was irrelevant,
even more obsolete.
Yeah. Do you remember in like the really, really early days of Channel 5, there was like a show. It used to be on like Friday night, kind of like 6 p.m, presented by Suggs.
From vaguely,
Madness.
yeah.
It was.
Chris Moyles had a show on Channel 5 for a while.
He did,
like a TV show.
Yeah,
and that bombed.
I think
like most of their content.
Every show on Channel 5. I mean, bear in mind we're talking like kind of late 90s. Every show on Channel 5 probably had a lower production budget than the average YouTube video.
No. Oh, I'd imagine so.
That Suggs thing, like I watched it, but it was awful.
That's probably true of The Big Breakfast, which was on Channel 4 as well, though. That was a very popular show.
Yeah, everyone liked The Big
for people
Breakfast,
our age.
Yeah,
it was an alternative breakfast show, basically. Like Channel 4 consider themselves the alternative.
Was that
even
Chris,
now?
Yeah, was that Chris Evans? Big Breakfast
I think he may have been on it. Johnny Vaughan was on it. Denise Van Outen.
Gabby Roslin?
Yeah, Gabby Roslin. Yeah.
God, this is a depressing walk down memory lane, isn't it? Like
Gabby Roslin. It's what there's Gabby Logan as she is now, who was called Gabby Yorath, but she's a sports presenter.
Yes.
So I get confused between those two people. But Gabby Roslin, yes.
Whatever happened to Jamie Theakston?
He plays in a charity football match every 2 years. I think he's on the radio.
Is he on that XFM or whatever?
Yeah,
like
whatever it's called, or Heart or whatever. One of them.
There's that London-based one, which is like the Channel 5 of radio stations.
Chris Moyles, Johnny Vaughan.
Yeah, it's the dumping ground of everyone who got
Vernon Kay
sacked by Radio 1.
Yeah, basically.
God, it's depressing.
I don't think that's doing well. I'm unaware. I'm unaware of various presenters on that show because I've never listened to that station.
I'm sure it's doing really well. I guarantee it's got an audience, but
people who used to listen to the Chris Moore show, which was very good.
It was very
back
good.
in the day.
Got a bit weird though.
He got a bit ranty by the end.
Right towards the end.
I think it was probably best that he was taken off the air by the end.
I must admit, I really enjoyed it. He was very good.
I loved it. I used to listen to the podcast a lot. As well.
No.
Well, we both did
when we did our Great British
we did on the tour. We listened to the podcast a lot. Yeah.
On our iPod generation.
Whatever it was, we used to play it through the wireless. We used to put a cassette in the tape deck or whatever, and then it would have a wire coming out which you could plug into an iPod.
Then every week you go back to your desktop and you'd plug it in and
you'd download your podcast and you'd put it on this thing.
God, what an era! What time to be alive!
God, we had to load the dishwasher by hand.
I remember the thing about Chris Moyles was around the time I think he started having a breakdown on radio. I remember he did this whole bit where he was talking about how he'd come up with an amazing new recipe.
Sure.
And of course he got Dom and Comedy Dave, who were just kind of good co-presenters, kind of like, oh yeah, tell us about it, Chris. What have you got? He's like, well, what it is right. It's a burger omelette. And they were like, okay, go on. And he's like, well, what you do is right. You take the leftover burger from yesterday. You cut it up. I'm like, yeah. Throw it in a pan. Fry it a bit. Crack some eggs on top.
I would probably eat that. I'll be honest. I would probably eat that.
No, I don't doubt that I would eat it. I dispute whether that is 20 minutes of radio entertainment.
No, yeah, fair enough.
No, bless him.
But yeah, well, he lost a lot of weight, didn't he, Moyles?
He did. He got lean.
He still is and has lost weight, losing.
It's not a quality.
He does the diet. Oh, we've come full circle.
Oh, look at that.
We've come full circle.
I was going to say, it's not a quality that really lends itself to being a radio presenter.
What's that?
Losing weight?
No, true. Not well. If you want to stay on the air, I'd suggest losing weight, not sort of die.
Just in general.
Yeah,
you should fast.
It's healthier. Don't fast though. It's very unhealthy. It's very unhealthy.
You can just drink as much coffee as you want. Apparently.
Yeah,
that's calorie free.
Is it really?
If you don't have milk in it.
No.
Yeah.
Forget it then.
Just black water, really, isn't it?
Pretty much. Granules in water. That's all you want.
Are we done?
You need. We've come full circle. I thought that was excellent in terms of coming full circle.
Yeah,
I wasn't very professional.
I wasn't sure what else I could bring to the table, really.
No, well, I think we've covered all the bases there.
I think when next we do
2 weeks ish,
we will have another film review.
We will.
We're going to talk Lego Batman.
We are
because
I need to watch the Lego movie this week.
You do. I'm sorry
because we're going to go see it. Well, within the next week,
I'm sorry I can't lend it to you.
No,
but,
you don't own it.
Well, yeah,
it'd be very difficult for you to lend it to me.
I keep wanting to say that.
I'll find it online. I'm sure it's readily available online.
Legally.
Sure.
Great. I can now talk about it, but I was commissioned.
Oh, you're allowed to talk about it now.
I can talk about it now because
it's not happening.
It didn't happen. Yeah, because I was commissioned to write funny lines of dialogue for a Lego Batman movie promotional game.
Rolls off the tongue. It
does roll off the tongue. Not the Lego Batman movie game.
Promotional
item. As in not like the thing.
Wasn't it like a download on the PC or the website or something?
They're up there now. You can go and see them if you go to the Lego Batman movie website.
They made the games.
But
you're not in it.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
I know. I imagine that this is just how the industry works, but I was paid for it.
Well, that's fine. You got the money. I would take that as a win. And you've still got all those sweet jokes in reserve.
Well, that's the problem. Maybe I'll read them in the next.
Read them out, and I can react honestly and frankly.
I'll do a dramatic reading of them in the next.
I'll look forward to that.
But no, the gimmick was there were going to be 5 games, Batman doing different scenarios, and Will Arnett, the voice of Lego Batman,
yes, yeah.
Also star of many movies,
yeah,
and in Arrested Development,
yeah,
was going to read them. In the style of Lego Batman.
Actor's way.
Yeah. And the downside is that none of that happened.
That is a shame.
I was paid for it, so I can't complain.
Well, I would say that is the main thing.
But it's a little sad. It would have been nice to say, I'd
Well, if we're going to do the movie next time, maybe you could give us some of the dialogue.
I will do a dramatic reading.
We'll do that,
next time.
and then we can review it, review the movie, and review your dialogue and where it would have fit into the movie.
Right, should we put a pin in it?
Let's put a pin in it.
Well,
if you like it, then you should have put a pin in it.
Yeah, should it? She's pregnant.
She is. She did a weird photo.
I have not seen the photo.
You look it up.
It's
It's her in front of basically a load of flowers, wearing a weird outfit, and looking pregnant.
Was it spontaneous?
It looks very set up.
What?
It looks like the most set up, spontaneous photo you've ever seen in your life.
How dare you, sir?
It's one that's ripe for parodying.
Have you ever Instagrammed?
Oh, I have Instagram. Oh, yes.
Hashtag no filter?
Well, I don't take photos of myself because I'm not sure it's the most sensible thing to do.
You just take photos of your coffee.
Sure.
And food.
I take photos of my Star Wars models. It's actually true.
You know, I thought, yeah, no.
Well, I keep it off Facebook because nobody cares. But on Instagram, you're reaching the wider world if you hashtag it correctly, anyway.
Yeah, it's a bit like Twitter for pictures,
Sort of.
But
I still don't really get it.
but with fancy filters and stuff.
You can put filters on everything now.
And if you were cynical, you might say that it's become a playground for narcissists.
Perhaps.
Perhaps.
Although Snapchat might also be tarred with that brush.
That is true. Although the gimmick with Snapchat is that it doesn't last. Isn't that the gimmick?
Oh, it was. I don't know if it is now.
I don't know.
Who cares?
Look at us.
Who cares?
We're already falling behind the
My
times.
back hurts.
Well, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we should probably say goodbye and I guess have the official sign-off, which is to say, if you like what we do, if you're enjoying our increasingly random podcasts, Big Punch Studios does have a Patreon.
Oh.
And I guarantee that Rayman will not see a penny of it.
Well, I don't pay into it.
Oh, well, yes.
And I won't after that little outburst.
Got to pay off this sweet microphone budget. But no, if you like what we do as a studio, do check out our Patreon, because for only $1, you can help make these podcasts happen and allow us to do more podcasts and make comics and games and all the other wonderful junk we do.
You could spend your dollar less wisely. That's what I mean. You should spend it wisely and give you the dollar so you can create engaging content.
I'm not going to lie, Rev, it's a confusing message.
Oh, just give John the dollar.
Thank you.
And then everyone's fine.
Write
that down?
Would you like to tell people to follow you on Twitter or anything?
Sure, follow me on Twitter if you want.
What's your Twitter
If you
handle?
like what I say, or don't, and want to get to know me better,
If you
follow
like-
me on Twitter.
If you like my frank honesty,
If you like tweets about Star Wars models and or Gillingham Football Club and politics, actually now.
Oh, indeed.
I sometimes tweet politics.
Oh, my.
Which is sort of interesting.
I thought I felt
suppose,
a,
'cause you can't get enough politics at the moment.
I thought I felt a swing. In the
My
political
Twitter
climate.
handle is CPRay RAY 86. So
Delightful.
do it and give me $1.
Give this boy $1.
Give us all $1.
We'll set up a separate Patreon just for you.
Just very good.
Buy me Star Wars models.
Buy me
And,
things.
Likewise, I am at John Locke Comics on Twitter, and we are at Big Punch Studios as well.
Very good.
So look, I mean, you can tell
We're getting more corporate, aren't we?
power's gone to our head now. I used to have like a little official little thing I'd stick on the end of podcasts, but I figured like saying all this junk. But I figured,
Well, we've said this, and we can just tag this on the end
I
of
think
other
it'd be
podcasts.
nicer to say.
I think
it.
we've done this pretty professionally, so we can just tag it on the end of other ones.
I think so. Yeah. So should we say goodbye?
We better add.
Well, until no, that's a different podcast. How do we? Yes.
This is falling apart.
I know what I'm doing. So professional. That's come full circle as well because we were unprofessional at the start.
Circles within circles.
God, it's amazing. That could be the title. And cake. I don't know. Anyway, so thank you for listening to another action-packed
Good.
Yeah.
Circles within circles.
episode of Big Punch Classic. I'm John.
I'm John. Chris.
And until next time, you stay classy.
John.